60 voices. PMR after the vaccine. The pattern they said was rare. This is what the public was never shown. 60 individual voices. 60 individual stories. 60 people from around the world, all describing the same condition, polymyalgia rheumatica, and all appearing after the same event, a vaccination, some after Pfizer, some after Moderna, some after Shingrix, some after multiple boosters, some after COVID infection combined with vaccination. Different people, different ages, different backgrounds, but one repeating pattern. Listen. Case 1. A healthy woman develops crippling shoulder and hip pain 7 months after Pfizer. Diagnosis: PMR. Case 2. Another 7-month delay after a booster. Same pain. Same diagnosis. Case 3. A man in his 60s collapses in pain 2 days after his booster. PMR confirmed. Case 4. A woman says her mild aches were pushed into high gear immediately after the shot. Case 5. Within 1 week of Pfizer, a patient wakes with full-body stiffness and night pain. PMR. Case 6. A long-resolved case of PMR reappears only after a vaccine. Identical symptoms. Case 7. Daily function collapses. Morning pain unbearable. PMR linked to the booster. Case 8. A woman who walked a mile every day suddenly cannot lift her arms. Doctors confirm PMR. Case 9. Another says the booster brought me to my knees and triggered giant cell arteritis. Case 10. A medical professional admits the CDC does not want to investigate this connection. Case 11. Neck and shoulder pain after the first shot. Severe pain after the second. PMR. Case 12. A patient nearly loses independence. GP dismisses it as aging. Neurologist finally diagnoses PMR. Case 13. 2 Pfizer doses, then collapse. Hospitalization, long-term steroid dependency. Case 14. 5 days after a booster, a woman's shoulders stop working. PMR. Case 15. A man develops PMR within 1 week of vaccination. Doctors confirm it is mild but real. Case 16. A Moderna booster triggers classic PMR symptoms: pain, stiffness, immobility. Case 17. Another Moderna recipient develops cramping, dizziness, blurry vision, and then PMR. Case 18. Living alone becomes terrifying. Pain becomes unbearable. Diagnosis: PMR after Pfizer. Case 19. A 72-year-old golfer, skier, cyclist. Booster. 2 weeks later, PMR. Case 20. 12 years after recovering from PMR, a booster brings it back instantly. Case 21. Moderna leads to PMR within days. Sleeplessness. Immobility. Case 22. A husband and wife both develop PMR after vaccination. Different brands. Same outcome. Case 23. Another Pfizer booster causes shoulder-locked immobility. Case 24. COVID and shingles vaccines trigger PMR plus heart rhythm issues. Case 25. A woman collapses with pain 5 days after a booster. After 7 doctors, PMR is finally diagnosed. Case 26. 4 Moderna doses. Patient becomes bedridden with PMR. Case 27. Onset within 1 week of vaccination. The patient says stress played a role, but timing cannot be ignored. Case 28. Booster followed by chronic PMR. Unable to taper prednisone. Case 29. Healthy, active, outdoors daily. 36 hours after the second shot, PMR symptoms explode. Case 30. One patient states clearly, Pfizer gave me PMR. Case 31. Another develops PMR, arthritis, and long-term immune trouble after 2 doses. Case 32. Shingles vaccination triggers PMR in a physically active instructor. Case 33. Another patient confirms their PMR relapse was triggered by the vaccine. Case 34. A woman suspects immune system damage from Pfizer. Chronic fatigue and immune dysfunction. Case 35. Shingles plus Pfizer leads to PMR and a collapsed immune system. Case 36. A Scandinavian heritage patient says Pfizer is literally following her case because PMR and strokes occurred together. Case 37. 6 Pfizer shots. PMR begins within a month of the 6th. Case 38. Shingrix again causes sudden PMR in an extremely active woman. Case 39. Another Shingrix case. Life destroyed. Unable to work. Case 40. Healthy teacher develops PMR immediately after Shingrix. Doctor confirms vaccine trigger. Case 41. Woke up one morning, and boom, PMR, after Pfizer booster. Case 42. Booster, in October. PMR confirmed after months of misdiagnoses. Case 43. After J&J, a doctor explains, any vaccine can trigger PMR in susceptible individuals. Case 44. Pfizer booster, chronic PMR, unable to taper steroids. Case 45. 5 doses. Severe PMR. High inflammation markers. Case 46. Moderna booster leads to PMR 5 days later. Case 47. Pfizer shots lead to long-term PMR and arthritis. Case 48. A specialist admits the vaccine trigger is probable, even if research is lagging. Case 49. Moderna booster causes PMR within days. Case 50. Shingrix vaccination linked to PMR under the Asia autoimmune syndrome category. Case 51. Pfizer linked to PMR with chronic symptoms that do not resolve. Case 52. A husband and wife both experience PMR after different vaccines. Case 53. Multiple boosters worsen PMR symptoms each time. Case 54. COVID infection plus J&J shot leads to PMR. Case 55. Fatigue, immune suppression, and PMR suspicion after vaccination. Case 56. A patient says clearly, I was the poster child of health. After Pfizer, PMR destroys mobility. Case 57. A doctor tells a patient, you have a genetic vulnerability. The vaccine likely triggered it. Case 58. Moderna recipient says, no doubt in my mind. PMR began immediately. Case 59. A patient reports severe symptoms after boosters and says they will never take another vaccine again. Case 60. Final case, Pfizer recipient. PMR confirmed. Symptoms identical to all the others. 60 voices. 60 stories. And these were only the ones written in one single discussion thread. Not a randomized study. Not a controlled trial. Not a medical report. Just ordinary people trying to find answers, because no one in authority would investigate the pattern. This is not rare. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. This is a signal, and the people sounding the alarm are the ones living through the consequences.